Hey y'all, it's me, your girl Passion. I know it's been a long time since I posted a video. Don't mind me, I'm just in the bed chilling. Coming on here because I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but I've been putting it off. I actually been putting off doing YouTube videos, period, because of not me, but pretty much other people. But I got some things to say, and I'm gonna say them. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. No, it ain't that type of party. Well, with this being October, I wanted to come on here because it's breast cancer awareness month, and I wanted to it's my neck pillow if y'all wondering. I just wanted to come on here and share. It's probably gonna be two parts. First thing is I want to share my story about how I was diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2011 or 12. I'm not sure. One of the two. It's a lot of side stories to this story, but I won't drag it out too much. First side story. I remember one night I was going out to the club. Homeboy was gonna pick me up. So taking a shower and everything and getting dressed. When I went to put my bra on, it was like something like coming out of my nipple on my right side. I was like, what the hell? And I was like, and it looked just like, if you were getting ready to breastfeed, if you had a baby or whatever. I was like, what is that? Didn't pay it no mind. So several, even years after that, maybe 2 or 3 years after that, I had got a new primary care doctor. And she was cool. She was real cool because she pretty much saved my life. But I didn't like her attitude. So I went for a regular checkup. She says, well, you need to get a diabetic eye exam. You need to get a mammogram. She gave me a whole list of stuff that I had to do. She was like, and by the time you come back, this better be done. Who do you think you talking to? Anyway, okay. So I go, bam, 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 do everything she say do. So, and y'all, this is a long time ago, and I cannot remember everything to the T. I had my mammogram done, and I got a phone call saying it was something that didn't look quite right, so they wanted me to go have a like an ultrasound on my breast. So I went and I had an ultrasound. So when I had the ultrasound, by this time this probably was like the middle of the summer. So by this time, I went and had the ultrasound, and apparently they saw something on the ultrasound. So then they scheduled me for like this needle biopsy. You literally lay on this table on your stomach and your breast hang through this hole. And they got some kind of like machine that they can see certain things. And a needle goes in and it takes like little, I guess, samples or whatever out. So when I went to the doctor after that, this was still a general surgeon. He was like, I was getting ready to go to Vegas for Bike Week. And he was like, well, go ahead on to Vegas. Whatever happens, we'll just call. He said, I tell you what, when you come back such and such a date, you don't even have to make an appointment. Just call us that morning and tell us you're coming in. So bam, that's what I did. I remember when I went to Vegas, I couldn't get in the pool or anything like that because I couldn't submerge like my breast in water, pool water. I could take a shower and stuff like that, but I just couldn't submerge my breast in pool water and stuff like that. So when I came back, I went to the doctor. I called him, said I'm coming in. They said, okay, come on in. Everybody was just so nice to me. I mean, extra nice. Like when I walked in the door, it was almost like they was like, that's her. That's the one. So I went in, gave him my name. I didn't even have to sit in the lobby. They said, come on back. Went on back. And sitting there. And he said, well, I do have the results of your results, and it has been confirmed as breast cancer in the right breast. And I was like days. Like I said, this was like, maybe by now this might have been like the end of August going into September. I was 42 and I was going to turn 43. And it was such a big deal to me because my mom passed at 43, my sister passed at 43. Here I am about to be 43 and I'm diagnosed with breast cancer. I'm like, wow. I remember when I got in the car to leave the doctor's office, I was in such a crazy state of mind. When I backed the car up, I like backed over the curb. I mean, my mind was just gone. So, called my family, told my family everything was going on. They hooked me up with a surgeon. I had a plastic surgeon. I had an oncology surgeon. And they scheduled the surgery for October 25th, to be exact. I went to surgery, had to be there like at 9 or 10. My surgery was scheduled for like 1. But before I went into surgery, I had to go and they do certain things where they inject dye into your lip nose, and it's a whole process. But before that, I was much larger and I had a lot of stomach and all this and all that. And I was literally in my mind trying to save some money because I wanted to have me a tummy tuck. And another thing is that I always said that if I ever, God forbid, had breast cancer, I just wanted both my breasts removed because I didn't want to take a chance on they come back and all this and all that. But my mom, she was like, please don't have both of them removed. Please don't. So I did a lot of research on YouTube and stuff like that. And I didn't know what I wanted to do because I had talked to the plastic surgeon and he had gave me some different options on whether I wanted to have implants, if I want to just remove the breast or what. So I came across this thing called a tram flap. And a tram flap is when they, so let me explain like this. So the oncology doctor went in and he cut the tissue out of my breast that had the cancer in. And then when he was like halfway done, the plastic surgeon came in. And literally what the plastic surgeon did was he gave me a tummy tuck, but he took the fat from my stomach and part of my abdominal muscle and flipped it and tunneled it up to where my breast was. So in my breast, it's not actual breast tissue. Well, it's breast tissue now because it's been so long. It's actually like the fat from my stomach, which made my breast. So I got like a new breast and a tummy tuck at the same time without having to pay for a plastic surgery. So I was in surgery for about 9 or 10 hours. When I got out of surgery, I was up in my room. My mom and my boyfriend was there. And I remember I had 2 drains and I had an on-cue ball. And the nurse came to drain one of the drains. So she drained the first drain and measured it. And then she went to drain the second drain. But by the time she came back with the second drain, the first drain had filled up all over again. So she called a doctor and I had to go back into surgery. And it was so crazy because I remember going down and the guy was like, she just left here. And he was like, yeah, I had a hematoma in my breast. And they hadn't even finished cleaning up the operating room for my first surgery before I had to go back down and go back in for my second surgery. So between the first surgery and the second surgery, I was in there so long. I actually had like a pressure ulcer on my tongue. Like, you know how your tongue, I had I had a circle where my skin from the tube that was down my throat, it had put a sore on my tongue. I was in surgery that long. That first day after surgery, I really, really, really don't remember much. I was at St. Mary's. I just remember that I could see the cross on the wall across from my bed. I know my uncle came to see me. I know my cousin came to see me. Certain people came to see me, but I was really in and out of sleep a lot. And the whole process the surgical process wasn't bad. I mean, after I had surgery, the healing and the drains and all that, oh my God, when they took them drains out, you talking about some pain. Just imagine somebody taking a butcher knife and just slicing your skin open. That's how I felt like when they was taking the drains out. But anyway, I stayed with my mom. She pretty much took care of me, got me back right. So after surgery, I had to do 4 rounds of chemo. I did that every 7 days. And when I went, I couldn't go by myself. Well, I could go by myself, but they said I could bring people with me. So I know one time my sister went, one time my niece went, one time my mom went. And, you know, they give me the medication. They draw your blood before they do your chemo. And then depending on what your numbers are like, they mix your chemo up. They gave me like IV Benadryl before I started and different things. And I did that. So I think I went back to work in like the end of March or April. And the whole time, it was one time that I got really discouraged. I had my port put in on my right side, no, on my left side. And I went to have something done and they could not access my port. And I do not like needles. And they stuck and stuck and stuck and stuck because the port is like raised up off your chest. And it's like a hook needle like this that goes in. If you feel it, you can feel like a little squishy part. That's where the needle goes. And I remember my mom was with me, and I remember I cried that day because I was just so tired of being stuck and poked. The whole time I was going through my journey, I never said, woe is me, or why me, God, or anything like that, because that's not for me to ask. It's like, this is the hand that I was dealt with, And when I go through this, it's a lesson for me and for others around me. So, as far as the port was concerned, I had to schedule another surgery to have that port taken out and another port put in on my right side. So I think they put the port in like one day, and then I started my chemo like 2 or 3 days later. It was really tender and everything. But I mean, you do what you gotta do. I know so many people personally that have had breast cancer or have breast cancer that are related to me or just have a connection with me. And a lot of them are not here today. And a lot of them are still thriving and surviving. And it's just amazing to me. That's why I don't like trauma. I don't like to take life lightly. Because when you have a sickness like that, or you're in a bad accident and you come that close to death, the grass is greener, the flowers are sweeter, the music is louder. You learn to appreciate things differently than you did before. And that's why when it comes to like family and friends and guys, I don't have time for no drama. I really don't. Because I don't know, and you don't know, if you're going to be here today, tomorrow, the next week, the next month. So why waste your time on foolishness? That's just crazy to me. That's just really crazy to me. But I just wanted to come on here. Now, back when I did have my surgery, I did have a YouTube channel. It was called Passun One, PASUN, and the number 1. You can go on there and you can look up some of my old videos. Like it had like the second day when I woke up from surgery, and then it followed my when I had my, because I also had lap band, but I gained weight after I was on the Decadron from the chemo, and then I had to go back and have gastric bypass. But I got videos on that. Like I say, it's PASUN and the number 1. I got a couple of videos on there about different things. But I just felt like, with it being October and Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I just felt like I wanted to share that. Because a lot of times when you have certain things go on with you, you try to look for people that look like you, that you could identify with, that had the same struggles. Oh, let me tell you this. Let me tell you the funny thing. So you know how, you see people and you say, oh, she don't have no hair. She got cancer. She on chemo. So obviously I knew that my hair was going to come out. They don't tell you when it's going to come out or where it's going to come out, because I guess nobody ever knows. So, I'm thinking in my mind, I was like, well, when my hair on my head starts coming out, I'll just, when it starts coming out a little bit, I'll just shave it. Went to the bathroom one day and just doing my business, and went to wipe, and I saw this hair, and I was like, what in the world? I didn't realize that all your hair would come out. I just didn't realize that. So once that came out, I was like, oh no, we just gonna shave this hair up here off. So we ain't even gotta worry about that. Another thing, that my fingernails, the beds of my fingernails turn real dark, almost black. So I would wear black fingernail polish because I didn't want people looking at my hands like, what's wrong with your fingers? Why your fingers look like that? I did get sores in my mouth with the chemo, and they made me like this swish and swallow, but oh, that was god awful. I was like, I just gonna have to let this ride out, cause ain't no way it would taste so bad. I would just gag. Just I couldn't even do that. Um, it wasn't bad. I just knew the whole time God was with me, and He would get me through. And like now, I'm like, if He got me through that, I know He can get me through anything, cause it gets rough out here. Um, Sometimes people don't know what they say to you when you're going through a sickness. I was working, this guy, I guess he really didn't even know or whatever. And I was at work. I used to wear those little knitted, like Muslim beanies at work because I didn't have any hair. So I was at work, and this guy that I was cool with, he was like, who gave you permission to cut all your hair off? And I was like, I guess the same person that gave me permission to have breast cancer. And I guess when I said that to him, I made him feel a certain way, not intentionally. Just like he said what he said, it made me feel a certain way. That wasn't intentional. So then there's this girl I used to work with, because I used to work night shift when I had my breast cancer. And this girl that worked day shift, and she always used to talk about somebody in her family that had breast cancer, and she wrote books and did this and was on this TV show and all this and all that. So one day she made a comment. She said, you always doing this and you always doing that, and you always talking about breast cancer, this and that. She's like, I don't remember you having breast cancer. Did you even have breast cancer? I said, nope. I just walk around here with all these scars on my breast and one nipple on one and no nipple on the other because I want to. People, y'all got to be careful and be sensitive to people. People go out here and they shooting, they killing, they robbing, they steal. You don't know what people going through. And think before you say stuff. Because it just might be that one time that you are insensitive or you didn't think about what you said to somebody before you said it. And that can turn their whole world upside down, depending on what they got going on in their life. So just think about what you say to people and how you say things to people. And check on your people. Just don't assume that they're doing okay. Check on your folks. All right. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. If you have any questions, you can ask the questions in the comment section below, and I'll answer them. Or if you wanted me to go more in depth about maybe the tram flap or something like that, and you want questions, you have questions about that, or the lap band or the gastric bypass, you could ask that. Like this video, subscribe, and please hit that post notification bell, because I'm going to start uploading a lot of videos. I got a lot to say. Smooches.